basically what she's proposing is asylum seekers should be sponsored by organisations like churches or businesses, so that the cost of asylum seekers is borne by the business and or the organisation. It's essentially a cost-cutting exercise to make sure that asylum seekers don't have to be housed in hotels, that the ones that want to work, as long as they're sponsored, the employer pays for them, pays their NI and tax, they don't go AWOL, we can track them down. So essentially, at the heart of this is the money-saving exercise in the guise of a safe route as long as you're sponsored by a business or an organisation, and these organisations will be vetted.
Okay, so Mahmood would point to statistics that say net migration has dropped 83% in the last 3 years, and thus the hardline policies that the Labour government has adopted have been paying off. Are you detecting any sort of softening from Shaban Mahmood with the news that her current boss is on his way and Andy Burnham could be coming into Downing Street? Do you detect there's any softening there?
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, Shaban Mahmood was tasked with a job, and this government was tasked with a job by the people to say, bring down immigration. She has done that. I mean, she's adamant, and she's fallen out with Mike Tapp over this, about care workers being not allowed to settle for up to 15 years instead of the current 5 years, and that should be applied retrospectively to all of those who came under the Boris wave after 2021. So I don't think there's a softening from Shaban Mahmood at all. However, if Andy Burnham's stance is a softer, then he might have to then have a word in her ear or replace her. And I think she's now carrying on with her job as it is, but stepping on eggshells. I think there'll be a meeting with Andy soon, and it'll be like, look, Andy, I've done my job. The figures are down. We're bringing these figures down. Do you want to continue, or do you want the figures to go up and risk losing the next election? And I think Andy Burnham might just stick with it and say, go on, Shaban, and let's see what you do in the next 6 months. And if you're doing a good job, then we can carry on our stance. Can you imagine how the opposition parties would take it if there was, and figures went up, or there was a softening of the stance? They would be all over it like a rash.
So, it's Andy Burnham. What do you expect Andy Burnham's approach to be? I mean, it's the sort of $64 million question on immigration, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Andy Burnham's approach is going to be very, I think, measured. What he's got to do is keep his MPs happy.